I'm David Gallagher. Thanks for joining me with this update on CIFR's research, where the subject today is superannuation, always a hot topic and one that CIFR's covered extensively over the years. This time round, we've looked at one of the most fraught issues facing Australian superannuation funds. When is the right time to start managing at least some assets in-house, rather than keeping it in the hands of outside specialists? What are the challenges, and what's the best way to do it? At the moment, roughly 60% of Australia's superannuation funds have some form of in-house management. So there's a clear trend from 30 years ago when outsourcing ruled the day. Now, an increasing number of funds are facing this question. Organic growth and industry consolidation means more funds are becoming big enough for in-house management to make sense. On top of that, there's pressure on funds to get better returns for their members, and cutting back on external fees is one way of achieving that. And of course, there is always a great deal of competition between the funds themselves. There are some clear and obvious benefits from insourcing. Better net returns is one, especially for larger funds where the cost of setting up in-house management is lower than continuing to pay a percentage to external managers. It also gives funds more flexibility and probably better control to tailor their investments in a way that better meets the fund's overall objectives. Against that, there are some very real challenges when it comes to creating an internal capability. One is finding investment staff with the right skills, who are the right cultural fit, and who funds can afford given what they can be paid elsewhere. Another challenge is setting up structures and systems that you need to manage these assets directly. In the course of our research, we conducted interviews with 20 senior figures from the industry, from executives to research specialists. We found, surprisingly, that there is no uniform approach, and virtually everyone has a different view on what matters. Our interviewees generally agree on what factors need to be addressed, but they differ widely on how to address them. Some view systems as critical and as a significant source of risk, while others downplay the difficulty of establishing reliable systems. Some think managing in-house could improve returns, while others see it as about reducing costs. On top of all that, there are various ways of executing in-house management. You can do it as a pure internal play, as a hybrid blend of internal and external inputs, as a co-investment, or you can do it in partnership with an external fund manager. Perhaps the major achievement of the research is that we've developed a broad industry framework which encompasses the various approaches and views that we've heard and discovered in the literature. CIFR's framework sets out the various factors to consider in deciding on in-house management, and beyond that, how you go about implementing it. The framework covers 4 major areas: capability, costs, alignment, and governance. All in all, CIFR believes that in-house management is a good thing, provided the circumstances are right for the fund. Along with the benefits, there are of course risks, but none are so great that they should deter a fund from taking this step. Overall, the risk should be seen as something to manage rather than avoid.